The exhalation flow sensor fault alarm is a high priority alarm. It is caused by either the exhalation flow sensor cannot be detected or has failed. So this could either be the cable or it could be the flow sensor itself. If I press the question icon in the alarm message, it's going to give suggestions to correct this alarm. It's going to list replace it with a good exhalation flow sensor, and also to stop the alarm while replacing the sensor, go to the sensor app to disable it. I'm going to first show replacing the flow sensor and the flow sensor cable while the ventilator is in standby or not in patient use. Then also show how one can disable this sensor and replace a flow sensor while during patient use without ventilation interruption. To remove the exhalation valve assembly and exhalation flow sensor, I want to open the access doors to the exhalation flow sensor and exhalation valve. Remove both assemblies by pulling outward on the exhalation valve port. To replace the exhalation flow sensor, grasp the exhalation flow sensor and pull outward to separate it from the exhalation valve assembly. And I want to pull the exhalation flow sensor cable straight out from the exhalation flow sensor without rotating or twisting. If I do, it's going to break the pins in there, the communication pins. And I just want to replace the exhalation flow sensor by lining up the pins and pushing it straight in, and I do not want to rotate or twist either. It's going to break off the pins on the flow sensor. Now, the exhalation flow sensor is the most likely cause of the alarm. And what I want to do is I want to look at my exhalation flow sensor. So I'm looking right through. And what you notice is it may be hard to see. You might need a larger screen to see this. But I have these 4 golden posts. And in between the posts is a platinum wire. And this wire is my flow sensor. So I have 2. I have one running between the top post, and then the bottom post I have another wire running through. And these can get broken during cleaning. Sometimes end users or whoever's cleaning the flow sensors, they want to stick like Q-tips through to clean it, and it'll break off these wires. Sometimes they can get caked off with a lot of medication. So this is maybe my main issue here. However, if I pop in a new flow sensor and it's not working, it might be my flow sensor cable, which I'll go over. This is my exhalation flow sensor cable. As you see it attached to the flow sensor itself. And you simply do not want to pull or just try to pull this directly out. Or another thing is turn it counterclockwise or clockwise or twist it out. I've had calls where these have been broken off in the machine. I'm just going to point out the locking mechanism, and I don't know the technical name, but it's a sleeve lock. I consider it a sleeve lock. So you just pull this back. It acts as, that's the locking mechanism. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it to show you. So to unlock it, I just pull this straight back and then pull it directly out. So no twisting or turning or anything like that, but I need to disengage the lock by pulling the sleeve back. During clinical use, the clinician can switch out the expiratory flow sensor without interrupting ventilation. You can silence the alarm and quickly switch out, or I can go to my apps and select my sensors, and I can disable my expiratory flow sensor if I need a little more time. Now, when it's disabled, I'm going to have no flow triggering, tube compensation, or leak compensation, and all my monitoring and alarms will be based on my inspiratory volumes. After replacing the flow sensor, I want to make sure to enable the monitoring again. So I'm going to select sensors, and I want to enable my expiratory flow monitoring again.